This following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and TheMortgageLink. Smart pricing beats high pricing because it drives higher volume, builds customer trust, and prevents market share loss to competitors. So joining us now to tell us more about this are Rolando Fontana of Eastern Title and Settlement, Carrie Reel from Remax Distinctive, along with Carrie Reel from TheMortgageLink, who has a summer secret for buyers. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Great to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. So Carrie, you've got a summer secret for us.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not going to be a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is a great time for buyers. You know, while everybody's away on vacation, purchasers should be out there looking at properties, and what we found is that there's a lot of opportunities out there. You can find yourself being able to negotiate, get some concessions. So get out there and work with the people that are truly wanting to sell their properties while people are away at vacation.
Okay, secret's out, and I know we've got a
out.
QR code as well here.
Yeah, take advantage of this QR code. This is great for all the homeowners. You can put your address in there. It's going to give you a value for your property, and then for those that are purchasing, it gives you some additional information as well. We can reach out to you and help guide you through the process and help you on your search.
All right, great resource right there. We will share that again. Carrie, thank you for being back here on Great Day Washington. Let's talk about that list price. It is the first impression. Why is that so important? Why does that matter so much when viewing online?
Yeah, it matters because today's buyers have all this information. They know the value of homes. They've been watching neighborhoods. So the sellers have to pick a price that's going to convey that value to buyers. And you'd rather have buyers competing with each other because the price is great, instead of having to negotiate, you know, after being on the market for days and days and days because you've overpriced your house.
That makes sense.
So it can really help position you for success as a seller if you price it right.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What about the notion, though, that pricing high leaves room to negotiate? Is there any truth to that? Or
there is truth to that in some markets, but not in the DMV. Around here, the buyers know that savvy sellers price to sell and they expect a bidding war. So if you're going to overprice your house in this market, the buyers are not going to react to that well.
Good to know.
Oftentimes they'll just bypass the house. They won't even look at your photos.
Good
They'll
point.
look at the price, they'll just keep on going. You know, that psychological aspect as well. You know, how many times have you listed a house at $999,999 rather than $1 million?
Yeah,
you just get a whole bunch more people in there.
Right, they put those price guidelines on their search, right? So if it's just like $1 more, then they're not going to see that, right?
Good point.
Is that what that is?
That's exactly what's going on.
Rolando, talk to us about when a home has a clean, competitive offer. Does that make the title and the closing easier then?
Well, you know, we don't deal much with the pricing. So once they negotiate a price, their loan gets approved, we do the process. So we deal with the client like towards the end. I normally go face to face with the client at the closing table, which is the happiest moment. You know, they've gone through the process of buy-in, getting qualified for a loan. So as a title company, we're there at the end where they get to celebrate and sign the documents to become a homeowner.
Got it. So they're happy when they come to you.
Yeah,
no more stress. What about overpricing in terms of the appraisal time? Does that affect things?
If you overprice your property and the appraiser goes out there and they can't meet that value because the property in fact is, you know, priced too high, then you're going to have an appraisal that's lower, and then you got to go back to the drawing board. You can, you know, talk with the agents, try to renegotiate with the sellers, and depending how the contract's written, that appraisal could impact how the performance of that contract's going to do and whether you could go to closing.
Got it. This is really good advice. So someone really needs to work with a great team, right? And not just assumed, I really want to put it, I feel like my house is worth way this much and I'm sticking with it. They should really get some expert advice.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the seller wants to sell it for. It matters where the value is among the buyer pool. And it's a matter of getting it in front of the right buyers. And so doing your homework and setting the right price is how you become successful in this market right here.
All right, great advice. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Of course, here's another look at the summer secret for buyers. And for more, the number to call is 301-996-7432, or you can visit TheMortgageLink.com. And scan the QR code on your screen now to see the value of your property. And be sure to follow the Real Estate Top Performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.